Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning. I'm the senior taster of Whisky.com. This is my son Ben, the new master taster of Whisky.com. And today we have a new bottle here in our cask. It's a Lagavulin 10 years of age, 43% ABV. Yeah, and really new. Just on the market, priced, well, between 70, 80, wherever you live.
Mm-hmm. It's, as you said, 43%. It was matured in rejuvenated American oak casks and first fill ex-bourbon casks. So it doesn't have any sherry in it as far as I know.
Yeah,
It's a bit atypical for Lagavulin, isn't it?
Lagavulin is said to have a lot of sherry casks in it. But if you look deeper into it, there's not so much sherry influence in the normal Lagavulins. The Distiller's Edition, of course, has a lot of it in it.
But they all do. This is one that has nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
So they always have a little bit of sherry in it, but this one has nothing. So this is more of a raw Lagavulin, kind of.
Yeah. So the standard ABV of Lagavulin is 43%. So the 16 years of age has that. And there is a 8-year-old Lagavulin on the market, but that one has 48%, and it's priced quite similar to this one. So this is more or less the way into a cask strength, which, from my point of view, isn't available from. Yeah, there is the.
Isn't it the 12-year-old cask strength, or is that old?
That's cask strength, and I think this comes with the special releases every year, a new vintage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a extension with a slightly higher ABV. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Smooth, intense, smoky, warming. Maybe I can show you the bottle.
This is the box. And this is the bottle. I think it's a pretty standard label and pretty standard bottle for Lagavulin.
Yeah, let's put a little bit in front. There's more light. Smoky, dry, intense. Oh, very harsh in the nose. So there's a lot of smokiness in this, fresh, intense, and the power is in it, even with the 43%, really intense. And yeah, a light, maritime, smoky, sea breeze aroma. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely lighter, but it's got that distinctive peat smoke from Lagavulin. I think I recognize this, and it feels a little bit like ham. It's strange because the sweetness is lighter and it's much more fresh. There is a little bit of a marine. There's a bit of a sea flavor, maybe a bit of a tang flavor, but the smokiness, that's very distinctive of Lagavulin. I like it.
Very typical. Yeah.
Cheers.
There are two different sayings. On the back of the bottle, there's something else written as from the master of malts from Diageo himself, Dr. Craig Wilson, I think his name is his name, and he says quite sweet, and this is what I can agree to. Extremely sweet on the tongue, but then after this sweetness vanishes, there is a saltiness and intensity and smokiness. The aftertaste is not that intense with the first sip, of course, as I suggested for a Lagavulin. So this is smoother, lighter, sweeter.
So you're going with the lighter and sweeter? Yes, for Lagavulin, it's definitely lighter and sweeter. There is a good amount of smoke in there.
Yeah.
And also a good amount of oak, but yes, for a Lagavulin, that is a bit lighter. And there are lighter notes in there. There are a little bit of a, from my point of view, it's herbs. It feels a little salty, sweetness, marine flavors. There are a lot going on in there. And yeah, just the spiciness and the intensity at the beginning, yes, but it's not as long as Mr. what was his name said.
Craig Wilson.
Craig Wilson said.
But with a second sip, it builds up.
It builds
Now
up.
the
Okay.
spiciness is longer. And what are they saying here? The nose is mild and lightly drying. An elusive fruity tang introduces clear, fresh, and cleansing top notes with peat smoke and maritime hints of sea breeze and seaweed. The palate is light and smooth. The taste starts sweet and salty, then the heat builds in waves of glorious smoke. Yeah, in waves. The finish is still smoky with a real depth of taste and warming spices. Yep.
Yeah. After the second sip, it's much more intense. It builds up. It got heavy spices, a lot of smoke, and a lot of maritime notes, seaweed.
So it's quite a time when I tasted the 8-year-old and the 16-year-old. So I would put it in between the 8 and the 16-year-old, closer to the 16-year-old than to the 8-year-old.
I like it, but I didn't expect that they captured the smoke with such precision, or such that the smoke is still there if you don't have any sherry influence. That typical Lagavulin smoke.
Yeah. Lagavulin is Lagavulin.
They really do a good whiskey, and yeah, that's just Lagavulin. If you like this video, then please feel free to give it a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Everything else, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.